Hi guys, it's Emily from Novel Novels and welcome to today's video. This is my week reading catch-up February week 1. So, this is the new video to set up. Every Friday you'll be getting one of these and it'll mean that sometimes you'll get an extra video on a Wednesday because sometimes I'll have to fit other videos around that because it's just the way it's going to work. But these videos will be shorter. I'll have a bit more time to talk about the books that I've been reading. And I plan to include a little bit of life updates. But hopefully it will take the stress out. Some weeks you'll see me in my Baz Books jumper because normally I do Baz Books. I'm going to be filming these on a Thursday. So my weekly updates will be from the Thursday through till Thursday basically, like the Wednesday night, whatever. So that's my effectively my weeks. And if by any chance, like on a lot of the months, the end of the month books overlap, you will hear about the books that don't quite meet one of the weekly catch-ups on my stats video, which will be up on a Wednesday, okay? My end of month stats. So you'll still hear about the books, but they might just be quickly added on there. Just depends on how the weeks work. But I think in March, I don't know how it's going to work. But my reading wrap-ups haven't been doing very well on my stats. I know I shouldn't focus on my stats, but they haven't, and these are the big gratitude journals. But I wanted to kind of incorporate the two together. And guess who's decided to make an appearance today? Yes, Sweet is still nuzzling the camera, so sorry about the camera being judged. She doesn't like this. She's getting used to these new videos, and I'm just going to have to be fun. So, first of all, I'll tell you what I've been reading, what I am reading, and then I'll do you a little bit of a life update. So, I've got a right sniffle. So currently reading, I'm filming this on Thursday the 6th of February, which is my mother-in-law's birthday, and Charlie's husband's birthday. So, happy birthday to both of them. But today I plan to start Love and War by Liz Trenow. I've got a lot of her books on my shelves, and this is partly set just after the First World War, and it's set, I think it's mainly set just after the First World War, but it's about 3 women. Now obviously I've talked about this book on my my February TBR, and you'll hear about it more on the next weekly catch up because it will be finished by then. But it's not a very long book. I wanted to start it today because it's cold out there today and Sweet is going crazy. So yes, that's why I wanted to start that. And I think, that I'm hoping I'm going to really enjoy that. And then I was going to start last night a library book that I got out, which was called The Insomnia Society, but it was translated fiction. It was a bit too literary fiction, and it wasn't what I fancied, so I DNF'd it straight away. I tried a page of it, but because it's a library book, it doesn't count on my DNFs. So instead, last night I started Layla and the Blue Fox by Kieran Millward Hargreaves and Tom DeFreston. This is amazing. Already, I only read, I think, about 60 pages last night, but oh my god, this has the potential of being a real 5-star read. It is so good. Chris bought me this for my birthday last year, and it's got a different sort of format because basically some part of it are the Layla story, and then you've got other bits that are the story of the fox they're following, who they think, I can't remember what they called her, but yes. So the bits that are in this setting are the Blue Fox's story, and they are interlinked with Layla's story, and it's really good. And my cat is going. So I only started this last night, but I can't wait to read it tonight. I really can't wait. So those are the books. This is the life. If it wasn't, I used to have the kids getting involved in the video, and that's madam. So, excuse me. I've only got 4 or 5 stars. I've got 1 4.5 star. Sweet is playing with my camera holder bit. So the first one of the 4 stars that I read is The Love Square by Laura Jane Williams. It was my reread for the month, but for some stupid reason, I've discovered the story draft, once it's got a rating of yours, it doesn't let you change the rating. So originally, this was 5 stars. So according to my story graph, it's going to count as 5 stars. But on a reread, I knocked it down to 4 stars. I don't think I enjoyed it. There were some bits. There was a phrase right at the start, which I don't know if anyone's going to not like this. So I think I better... There was a phrase right at the start that kind of knocked it down. And it's about Penny. This is about Penny Bridge, who's always been unlucky in love. And then she ends up sort of dating 3 different blokes. She has 3 different blokes on the go. So it becomes like the love square. And it's very complicated, very thing. But there was a quote right at the start about the fact that she dated other blokes before that. And then, where was it? There's a phrase saying something about the fact that she dips her fingers in becoming a lesbian or something. There was a really bad phrase that she put, and it really got to me. I can't even remember where it is. It's really early on, and it was just a phrase that just really got to me. Hang on, where is it? No, this is where I need to put it down. It's just, yeah, there was a phrase about the fact that she dated loads of blokes and dipped her fingers in becoming a lesbian for a few bits, so dated some girls or something like that, and it was just a phrase that really got to me, so I didn't like that. It was alright. I've decided I'm not going to keep this, and I'm going to do a little, probably try a chapter on the other Laura Jane Williams books I've got, and probably not keep those. So that's now known. That the reread helped because it made me realise I didn't want to keep that. Then I read The Birdcage by Eva Chase. This was a book I pretty much read in a day. It's a mystery, and it goes over sort of 2 timelines, but not very much. It's like the past wasn't very much of a timeline in this. But it's about 3 half-sisters, Laura, Flora and Kat, who were summoned to their Cornish home by their father. This was good in the fact that it was a mystery. It kept me on my toes. The fact that I read it in a day tells you how good it is. I like Eva Chase mysteries, and I will always read them. I've read The Vanishing Act of Audrey Wilde. I've read The Glass House, and I've got Black Rabbit Hall on my shelves, I think. And I'm going to keep reading them. It's a good, fun mystery. So, but that is going back to charity shop. Then I read a book for a Love Book Tours book. My review is on Instagram. This was an ad PR product, so I did get sent it to review. It is 4 stars. I think the best place you will see my review is actually on my Instagram, because, and on Goodreads and on Amazon, I think. I wanted to read it for disability rep, and it does teach you a lot about what it's like to be blind and all the different experiences, negative, positive, the funny stories, but it's not necessarily a story. And I found that wasn't necessarily the way it worked. It was all right, and I think the reason why I rated it 4 stars was because it does really go into a lot of different experiences about being blind, but it is a YA book, and I just didn't think it was for me. So it was good for 4 stars, but I think it's not a signed copy. It isn't a Doodle one, so I think it's okay if I take this to charity, because it will give good disability rep. And then to a book that I read that I literally finished last night. And it was a one that I wanted to read last year. It came out last year, and Rebecca Ryan wrote a book that I was again given for an PR product last year, a couple of years ago. And this is The Philosophy of Love. Now, I will say there are some triggers in this. This was 4.5 stars, but there are some triggers in this. So please go into this, be aware of that. And I think I found the triggers quite hard-hitting, but it was needed in the story, and it was done very, 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 very well. There are some funny moments in this. There are some good moments. And I think this was a brilliant, brilliant romance. And it is romance. It's not saucy, so Mum's going to like this. But yeah, there are some triggers in it. Just go aware of that. But I just thoroughly recommend this. I read I think I read the other book by this author, My Extraordinary Life. Which, by the way, has a lead character called Emily in it. You'll know why that is important next week. But yes, My Extraordinary Life has a lead character called Emily in it. That's the other book by the author, and that is a book I recommend for everyone. You'll know that why that next week. So yes, very good romance. Really enjoyed that. Actually, I would love to give this to Mum, but I think the triggers would, yeah, she would find that hard. But it's brilliant, brilliant romance. 4.5 stars. Thoroughly glad I read it. Don't need to reread it. That's why it's only 4.5 stars, but good. And then I've got two 5 stars, and I'm not going to have a favourite. I'm not going to be doing favourites each time, because I don't know what's going to go on my favourites for the month until the end of the month. So you'll still get that in my stats. You'll still get the favourite books of the month. The first one of my 2 5-stars is Henry VIII, The Heart and the Crown. It's probably one of my biggest books of the month, so I started the month with it and it took a few days to read. But I'm glad I read it over quite a few days because I didn't want to rush it. This was the last book that Alice gave me, and it has made me so excited and want to pick up the next book, the Mary Queen of Scots book. But being my birthday next month, I'm trying to make myself not buy it just in case I get that for my birthday. But this was amazing. If I don't get the third one for my birthday, then I'm buying it when I go to London. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But yeah, this is Henry VIII's story, and we all know about his wives' stories. We all know what happened to them, but we don't very often hear his point of view. Don't get me wrong, he's not a saint. He was a very naughty boy, but I think it was quite interesting to sort of think about his side of it. So I really, really enjoyed this. And yeah, for what a present that Alice got me, it's staying on my shelves. It's a keepy, and I'm forever grateful that she got me this for my birthday last year. So if you're up there, thank you. Yeah, bloody love this. And then the next one is The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. I actually read this originally a very long time ago, before I had Goodreads, I think I had Goodreads, but I didn't have Storygar. And I had borrowed it from the library, so it was kind of a reread, kind of not. But it's the first in the trilogy, and it was 5 stars all the way. Very dark, very sort of wintry, very like Russian mystery, very sort of a bit scary at points for me even, but very, very good. I cannot wait to carry on this series. So this is a series that I'm starting this year. I won't be reading all of them on the winter months, so I'm probably going to give myself a couple of months to digest this. But it's a series I absolutely loved, and I'm so glad I read this. And this was actually gifted to me by Jem from Gemma Books, so thank you, Jem. This was a brilliant series to sort of get on with. So those are the books. Just to keep this nice and short. So let's talk about the things I'm grateful for. So the first one is I went to town with Thomas on Saturday. He didn't do pictures because he doesn't do coffee shops. So with his additional needs, he finds them too busy. So we went to town. He let me buy a book. I'm not telling you because it goes on my book haul, but I think, I bought... Actually, I only bought one book because I went to my Waterstones to kind of pre-order. And I didn't buy anything from the works, and I didn't buy anything from the charity shop when I went in there. So I did very, very good. I think I got myself another treat, but I can't remember what. But it was all about him because he'd been doing really well at school. He's done so well this term, and I'm so ridiculously proud of him. So we got him some treats, and it was absolutely lovely. I think for me, a treat was I bought myself a salad cart from the Morrisons, but other than that. Then I've had a couple of extra days holiday. Basically, my lovely manager has actually told us that we had holiday due, and he's let us book it pretty much when we wanted. So thank you, Ryan. I know he doesn't watch this, but he did good. And I booked last Friday off as holiday, which turned out to be really good because it was the first day of the month anyway, so it's the day I was filming. But with my girly stuff, I wasn't feeling very well, so it was nice. And he's been lovely, and I've got half term off this week. I've managed to book half term off. And I booked Friday the 7th of March off, which is a couple of days before my birthday. Not that I'm dropping, I'm silly. Shouldn't really talk about it until after Vicky's birthday next week. But anyway, so I booked that off. So I've got some time off, and I'm setting myself now at least one day a week where I have a stay at home, read and rest day, because my chronic pain is, I think I'm in a bit of a flare. So I found that having at least one rest day a week is really good for me, and I just read, do a bit of housework, and I take care. And those days are important. Like I said, I've got the 7th of March off because I'm going to... I didn't book it in that plans, but actually me and Charlie are going to have the morning out. So that'll be my birthday treat, is to have that with Charlie. Hint, hint. My March book haul would be ridiculous because I've got that. And me and Kat from Brews and Reviews have set our date, our next meet up, and we're going to London on the Saturday after my birthday, which is the 15th. And we had a chat, and I'm truly grateful that we're getting excited that we've booked that. Kat's booked her ticket. She's got to catch a train at like 7:30 in the morning, and I've got to catch an 8:30 in the morning train. So yeah, it's going to knacker us out, but just talking to her and booking that was so exciting. And then lastly, I'm grateful for that I did the Agatha live with the lovely Jack from Spread Book Joy. I will link that video down below. I'm so proud of myself for that live I'm so grateful for Jack, because not only did we talk about the Agatha books, which obviously it's for Alice and we were remembering her in the best way, but we talked about other mysteries, and she's got me excited about that. And yeah, it was just a great fun. So thank you all those that joined us on that. So if you got to the end of this video, I think I would like you to leave a crown emoji if you got to the end of the video, because it's for the heart and the crown. So if you got to the end of the video, leave a crown emoji. Let me know what you've been reading this week. What have you been up to? Do you enjoy this new video setup? Let me know down below. And I hope you all take care. See you all soon. Bye-bye. Oh, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, not subscribed, what am I doing? See you all soon. Bye-bye.